CM Mario. Is he in the game?
Good morning, my dear old motherfuckers. Mario Alfonso here. First of all, I apologize for my voice and the fact that I couldn't do a live stream yesterday, nor I will be able to do today. So today I decided to record a video because I've been getting a lot of text messages and a lot of questions regarding training and regarding how to organize your staff, if the personality of the staff matters, for example, is relevant to have part-time, full-time players, etc. So I'm going to answer a few of those questions with you here very shortly with what I have, with the knowledge I have from basically the Championship Manager website that has a lot of people that already did the homework for us and have access to a lot of statistics. So without further ado, let's talk about one of the first questions that I have been getting a lot, so therefore I'm going to approach it. The question is, does the personality of a coach influence the type of training he should be in? Okay, so when you play as a coach, everyone has their little preference, right? And their coaching style. This one is fitness based, this one is general, this one is fitness, there might be a technical, no, all fitness apparently. In my team, well, regardless. They're all fitness here, general, but there are other variations, as you know. So the question is, does this thing here have an influence on the training that you're gonna put? Is this characteristic, is the coaching style here gonna have an influence, direct influence on the type of training that you're gonna put the coach in? If it's fitness, tactical, shooting, skills, or goalkeeping? The answer, very simply, is no. Okay. No, it has zero freaking influence in wherever the coach is training, okay? Things to retain here, the important things are coaching goalkeepers, coaching outfield players, okay? These are the two attributes that you should be looking for at all times. Having these at 20 does have a direct influence on the development of your players when you implement your training. Yes, okay, and it will have a direct influence on the staff's development itself as well, okay? Meaning that you only need to follow the magic number 50, right? My staff is shit, so I didn't even went to the trouble. I'm probably gonna sign their staff regardless, okay? So by keeping it like this, without like selecting or reducing at least two slots in each, okay, in each coach, okay, and making a sum of 50 in all columns, okay, I just leave it at this. Why? Because I don't care about this staff. I'm probably gonna get better staff in time or not, we'll see. But I guarantee like this that all my columns are fulfilled to 50. That's why I don't even bother. Why? Because this will have a direct influence on the player's development. It will do nothing for the coach because the coach will develop his own attributes, okay, if he's a little bit lighter on the training, okay? You can see that over a season. Maybe one or two attributes will increase a point or two. Those are the facts that are already studied and are shown in this Championship Manager website, and I'm just sharing with you guys, okay? So listen, leave them as they are. If you're not sure, that's fine, okay? The players will develop the same, no difference whatsoever. If you do this or this, reduce the slots in each coach. Oh, this guy only needs like to train 3 things or whatever. It will only have an influence on the staff itself's development, not on the players at all. Under any circumstances, you need to do the 50 rule, okay? And how do you sum it? By coaching goalkeepers or outfield players, okay? That's all that matters. Goalkeeping, goalkeepers. The rest, outfield players. Trust me, it's basic. It works like a charm. There's no doubt there whatsoever. Another question is, does the number of coaches affect your players' improvement? Very simple answer to that is, the coach's number will influence the improvement if it doesn't reach 50, as we talked about. If you have 5 coaching staff, you don't have 6, whatever, but you can get 50 everywhere. It doesn't matter, okay? You got it, it's cool. it will be like a marginal difference or nothing whatsoever. The graph is probably a complete straight line if you do one or the other. I mean, 6 or 5 coaches. So as long as you fulfill the basic principles, that's what you need to be focusing on. Okay. Another thing that people are always like questioning, especially when I do these saves, because I am a guy who does a lot of saves. I apologize again. I am a guy who does a lot of saves with shitty clubs like Sintra, here for example. So, does the part-time contract on the staff and the players will have an influence on the players' development directly? The answer is yes. Yes. As soon as you can, renew the contracts of all your staff and all your players to full-time contracts, okay? Players will develop, I don't know, it's marginal again, but it might be like 1 or 2% more, okay? But it's studied, it's there, trust me on this, I'm giving you this information blindly. You should follow it if you desire to, of course, but if you want to reach maximum potential, you should keep this in mind, okay? Another question is, the physical condition, to which point does it really influence on the player's development? It does indeed. If you have awful physical condition, for example, on the training ground, let's rank this from 1 to 20. 20 being the top of the top of the top of facilities, you can't even touch it anymore. As you can see, I can still make a request from my board, but they say that I have a top facilities, but the board says that I have top facilities plus youth academy. Right? So, sorry, let's call this a level 15 right here. Let's call the awful physical conditions 1. Let's call this a 15, and once I get the upgrade that I desire and I can't do an upgrade any further, let's call that a 20. The maximum 20, the minimum 1, right? So I'm like at 15 here, okay? So for example, if you're in 1, you will feel a whole lot of a difference just going to adequate facilities or beyond. For sure. Like level 1 to level 10 to 15, let's say, it's totally different. There's a big gap there. So yes, the physical conditions and awful will give you one thing, like let's say, you will feel that the players will reach a tier of development. If the physical conditions are set to adequate, you will have like year 10, let's call adequate 10, okay? Let's call good 12 or something like that. Maybe I have like a 16 or a 17, but you get what I'm talking about. You can see where I'm coming from, I suppose. So, now, I don't feel a lot of difference. Having this, for example, as I am now, from 1 to 10 or 15, you will feel a big gap, okay? But, for example, from having top here or having adequate as it is, the difference is like 0. It would be like a straight line again of a graph. Nothing changes or very few changes, so it's not very like different in that sense. If you have adequate or if you're at this stage, but if you reach the next stage, the top physical conditions, then happy days. You reach your 20 in physical conditions, let's say, and you have to have 20 in all the coaches, so you're getting 100% in each division and each like little department, and all that summed up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5%, whatever, you'll get like a 10, a 15, a 20% more efficiency overall in your team with these little details, okay? There are little details, but they make a difference, of course, if you want to take your team as far as you can with the maximum efficiency possible, okay? So pretty much that's it, guys. I think we covered it all. Like at least these questions that I'm always like coming across. I hope I did. If I didn't, please leave in the comment section a question that you guys want to ask. I'll be free to answer as soon as I can, and the best of my knowledge, of course. Not based on what I believe, but based on what it's out there and what we know to be true from our experience as well. So, pretty much, staff, coaching goalkeepers, coaching outfield players, okay? Part-time to full-time contract, yes, if you're in a shit team, definitely it will have a direct influence. The physical condition, always strive to get your 20 ASAP, of course, always. And I can tell you another thing about the staff as well. Besides the coaching goalkeepers and the outfield players, a curious statistic has been shown that if the coaching staff has, okay, now everyone is gonna go, ooh, but If the coaching staff has working with youngsters close to 20, the reserves or the players in your main team that don't play, they're not in the first 11, that don't play often at all, like a sub full right back or a left back or someone who's more in the shadows all the time, whether you like it or not. You will develop a little bit more, something like around 2% or not even, okay? It's marginal, but just so you know, that is a thing as well that exists. For the players who don't play, it's kind of relevant marginally to have working with youngsters, but always and forever, coaching goalkeepers and outfield players for freaking sure. And the personality of the coach, if he's 2020, it doesn't matter nothing. One doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he's a general man, if he likes, I don't know, extravagant football. It really doesn't matter. Technique based or whatever, like it's irrelevant, guys. Trust me on that, okay? Other things can be said about like tactical, little tactical details here. These are all like micromanagement details, okay? But they're very important. And a lot has to be said. For example, in this tactic, I have been picking up some stuff from the past that has been asleep, and I can tell you as well, I guess, in another video, because this one is going to get too long already. Like, in things to have in consideration all the time when you're playing against a team with certain characteristics or not, and what to do when things to have always in mind, okay? I'm currently doing this hardest challenge AI. I'm 3 points from the first, okay, even though I'm 6th. The league is always very competitive, and with this AI at least, it makes the league very, very competitive to the last point, which is great. In the Champions League, I'm not looking great. Hopefully I'll get a UEFA Cup spot. We'll see. And yeah, it's going great, guys, so far. I use iodine, as you know, and I can give you some tips and advice if you desire on a next opportunity about how to approach games and things to have in consideration always and forever. This was my video, guys, for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, leave a sub. Again, leave comments. That's relevant for me as well. Like, whatever. Let me know what you think. Adios, motherfuckers. Ciao.
CM Mario. Is he in the game?